morning. It is Monday and it's the start of a new weekly reading vlog, and it is 12:30, so it's the afternoon now. I have been up and about. I've been filming, so I've just filmed 2 videos and now I'm going to go and edit 4, I think. I'm going to try and at least edit 2 so that I've got tomorrow and Thursday's videos edited, and then I'll edit some more on Wednesday. But if I can edit all 4, that would be awesome, but we'll see what happens. I wanted to let you know what I'm planning on reading this week, and also I have a parcel. So let's do this first because I always forget otherwise. This looks like it's from a publisher, so let's see what's inside. It's a chunky book. Okay, so this is Rescue Me by Sarah Manning. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Sarah Manning, I don't know. This is obviously a proof, and the cover looks like this, which is cute. And on the back it says 2 lonely people, 1 good dog. It's so weird that I've just been mentioning in a video that I've just done, my haul I think it is, that about how many books I've got at the moment that have got dogs featured in them, like romance books with dogs in them. I'm so excited about it. So this has been sent to me from Neve from Hodder and Stoughton, so thank you so much Neve and Hodder for sending me a copy of this. I am going to be on the blog tour for this in January, so keep your eyes open for that one. I think the release date for this is the 21st of Jan, and that's when my review will be going up for this. I also have a video planned for this as well with a couple of other books, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I know it's a while off in January, but it's not that far off. It's only 3 months away. Great, so keep your eyes open for that 21st of Jan. I've no doubt I will go on and on and on about this when I finally read it, so stay tuned. Basically, this week's reading plans are going to go as follows. I am obviously taking part in Believathon, which is awesome, and then I also have the 1,000 Doors readathon this week as well that I'm taking part in. So I have read my first book for the first door. I read it yesterday. Well, I started reading it Friday night. I only got 70 pages in, and then I finished it yesterday. So the 1,000 Doors readathon is hosted by Emma, Tazmyn and Meg. Basically they each have a door, and behind that door is then with a prompt for you, so you pick which one you want to go through. I've gone for Emma's, which was 5, so that could be 5 words in the title, 5 letters in the title, 5 chapters, 555 pages, a 5-star prediction, just 5 people on the cover. I don't know, just 5. That was it. That was the only prompt she gave us. So I went for Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Lady Taylor. It's got 5 words in the title, and it was a 5-star prediction. I gave it 4.5 stars. If you want to know more of my thoughts on this, I'll leave a link down below to the video in which I read this, so you can hear my thoughts. But I gave it 4.5 stars. It was fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Also reading this as part of the DoSaBalong, which is hosted by Maddie. Again, I'll leave a link to it down below because this isn't just a November thing. It is a November, December, January thing where we read a book in each month for the whole trilogy. So go check that out if you're interested in reading this series, because I would highly recommend. So yeah, that was 2 birds 1 stone with that one, and then from there there were then 4 other videos that you could pick on, so it depended on how you rated the book. So I gave it 4.5 stars, so I picked the first video, and that took me to Meg's channel. And for Meg, she is basing her prompts off of memes, because it's Meg. She loves a good meme. So the meme was, I'm back. I don't know the meme. I don't know what program it's from. I know nothing about it. But this one, basically Meg said the directions that she kind of gave us was this, was that you could read a book you were halfway through and you hadn't finished off yet. You could continue with a series. I just kind of switched off at that point because I knew what book I was going to read, but whatever you decide to do with that one. So I am reading Potkin and Stubbs, The Haunting of Pelican City by Sophie Green. 2 birds 1 stone again, because this is the first book that I'm reading for Believathon. This will get me the key for Believathon so that I can get into the manor and start my investigation. And also this will fulfill that prompt to get through the next door. So I'm currently 211 pages in, and I am loving this so far. It's so good. If you don't know what Potkin and Stubbs is about, following Lil Potkin, who is I think she's 12 years old. She's 13 now in this one. She's 12 years old and she wants to be a reporter, and she wants to be a reporter for the Claxton, which is like an underground newspaper essentially. The Herald is the main newspaper in town, but they only report on what the Mayor wants them to report on, so it's, you know, very swayed. And she wants to work for the Claxton because they will report on all the real news going on within Pelican City. And Lil is trying to find the story that will get her noticed by the Claxton. And as it turns out, it may be a young boy called Nedley Stubbs who's sitting in the bus station with her, sat across from her, and she doesn't know it yet in the first book, but he could be her break. So yeah, we follow them two basically, and this one carries straight on from that. I can't tell you too much about it because it will spoil the first story, but it's very, very good. I highly recommend picking this series up, and these covers are gorgeous as well. So yeah, highly recommend. I loved this. I'm loving this so far. It's so good. So yeah, hoping to finish this today, and then I will get my third prompt for the third door. And this is based upon whether or not I predicted the story, what was going to happen. So the options are no, yes but I don't mind, yes, or I can't remember what the other one, oh, DNF I think. So yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. So far I have no predictions, so at this rate I'm going to be picking no. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So I'm reading that one, that's what I want to finish today, and then the rest of the week my only plans specifically, like really written in stone plans, are Fable by Adrian Young, because this is the Fairy Loot book for September, and the readathon starts today for this through till Friday. So I want to read this one. This is about a young woman. She's 17 years old and she's called Fable, and she was 4 years ago abandoned by her father, who is the most powerful trader in the Narrows. She is trying to get back to him so that she can be by his side and take her rightful place by his side, but she enlists the help of a guy called West, but he may have another agenda. So I don't know where this is going to go, but it sounds really good. I don't read a lot of books set by sea, and I really wish I did read more. I've got a lot on my TBR, I just don't pick them up, and I'm not sure why. So it is signed, and I do enjoy this cover, but I prefer the original cover. So if I enjoy this book, I am going to get a copy of the original. This is the only time where I have preferred the original cover to Fairy Loot's edition. I do love this is beautiful, but when you see the original cover, it's gorgeous. So I will be buying a copy of this if I love this book. So this is one that I'm reading this week, and then another buddy read is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. This is the book club pick for Contemporary Book Club for the month of November, and I'm buddy reading this with Anna, following a woman called Eleanor who leads a very simple life. She has the same job, she wears she wears the same clothes for work every day, eats the same meal for lunch every day, and buys 2 bottles of vodka to drink every weekend. She's happy, nothing is missing from a carefully timed existence except sometimes everything. I think this is going to deal with mental health quite a lot, and also possibly addiction. So I'm not sure where this is going to go, but I've heard incredible things. I think maybe it's the hype that makes me resistant to pick it up. So I think buddy reading it with Anna is really going to help, and I have split it up so that I can read it till Friday, because I've got other plans for the weekend for a different vlog. So this vlog will only go till Friday, I think. So yeah, but those are my actual, you know, in pen plans, and then the rest of the books that I kind of want to read this week are in pencil, just in case. So this is my plan for this week, and obviously I think there's 5 doors in total, so this is my second door for the 1000 Doors readathon, and it's only for this week, so I've got 3 more doors for that as well. So I need to see what fits where for that as well, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is my plan. So now I am going to go and edit the videos. We're going to have a day of editing, I think, and then I will read later on. But hopefully we'll get some videos up and some videos scheduled for the next week or 2, and yeah, it means I won't miss another upload for a little bit, which is great, because I missed an upload on Saturday and I'm mad about it. So I'm gonna go and do that, probably make some food because I'm actually really hungry. I've not eaten yet today, and I will check back in with you later.
Dangerous setting as well, I think, just with like the neighbourhood and how the villains are living on the neighbourhood. So it's made into a dangerous setting because of like the villains. So it could work for that one too. Can I read the prompts in any order? You can, if you don't have to follow the story. Obviously you can't get in the manor without the key, so it's recommended you read the mystery.
Alrighty, this lighting's weird because we're on my bookshelves, and my lights are like coloured, can you see? So the lighting's going to be odd, whatever, it is what it is. We're up here for a reason. It's now 11 o'clock and I've just finished Potkin and Stubbs. It was really good. This is the second in the series, so I can't tell you too much about what happens, but as always, I loved Sophie's writing style. I love the illustrations that crop up in here every now and then. I loved Potkin, I loved Stubbs, I loved Abe, and I loved Naomi, Potkin's mum. Abe is like an investigator that helps them out in the first book. And I just really enjoyed this. I have predictions as to what's going to happen throughout this series, but because it's a series and these books sort of follow back to back, I don't think I'm going to get an answer to that prediction till the last book. So that's a shame. So I didn't have any predictions for this at all, which is fine. So I have come upstairs for the reason, I'm going to give this 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was great. I think I gave the first one 4. I'm going to give this one 4.5. It was atmospheric, very creepy, and perfect for like Halloweeny time and like even early November. So yeah, it was really good. So 4.5 stars for that, and that fulfilled the prompt. What was the prompt? What was the prompt? Oh, I'm back from Meg for the 1,000 Doors readathon. It was I'm back. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna find that video. Right, so I've done Meg's, and then the question is, did I guess whether or not what was going to happen? The answer is no, I didn't guess what was going to happen. So we click the no button.
You are smashing this, oh my god. So far you have got the most positive response out of all of the paths, and honestly I'm kind of jealous. But my third prompt for you is a book that feels like Marvel. Now you could interpret this as the MCU, you could interpret it as the comics, you could take a character that you really like or a character that you dislike, or if you like Guardians of the Galaxy you could choose a sci-fi. And remember, when you finish...
Okay. So we came up so that I can be here at my shelves and make a decision. So I'm looking at my list because I only have a select few of my books physically at the moment, so I have a list of all the books I'm reading. I need to add a book to this list as well, which I'll do in a second. So possibilities for this: a book that relates to the MCU. I love the MCU. I am obsessed with Marvel. So okay, what have we got left? Okay, I've got a lot of options. I think, okay, I've got 2 options, one of which would be a very quick sci-fi, and it's not on my TBR, but I do want to get to it at some point, and that is Memento by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. It is the sort of companion novella, if you like, to the Illuminate files. Where it's following the AI Aiden, basically. I think it's his pre-Illuminate story. So there's that I could do, which I think the audiobook's like 1 hour and 40 minutes, if that, and I listen to it on ×2, so it wouldn't take me long at all to get through that. I think my only other option would be for picking a book that's actually on my TBR would be Gargantus by Thomas Taylor, on the basis that this has got thunder on it. And I'm just thinking about Thor, God of Thunder. So this could be an option for that. So those are my options: Memento or Gargantus. I will be listening to Gargantus because I listened to Malamanda and really enjoyed it. The narrator was awesome. So let's just find out how long this is. I mean, I have to read it anyway this month, so I might as well pick Gargantus. It's not even that long, 7 hours and 6 minutes. So I think I might pick Gargantus. Again, 2 birds, 1 stone, Believathon, and I know it's a Supernatural-thon, 1,000 Doors readathon. Let's just find out what I decided this was going to be for with Believathon. Oh, nice. Okay, so now that I've got Potkin and Stubbs, this has got me the key, and now I can get into the manor. As it turns out, I didn't need to be inside the manor to get this one. This will get me a flash of lightning, so this ties in perfectly because obviously Thor is the god of thunder. I know he's not the god of lightning, but it usually, when he swings his hammer about and gets all godlike, he gets control of the lightning as well as the thunder. So, you know, whatever, I'm making it work. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go for. That works out perfectly. So next book for the 1000 Doors Readathon and for Believathon, Gargantus, 2nd of November, 2 books down. That's awesome. So now I need to go and carry on with Fable for a little bit because I haven't read my pages yet for today. I haven't finished them off. And then I think I'm going to skip Eleanor for tonight. I just can't be bothered. So I'm going to finish my pages for Fable and then start reading this, I think. Listen to this for a little bit in bed. I'm so excited I've managed to fit another one of these books on. That's so cool. So yeah, 3rd door. We're going into, there's 5 in total, I think, so not doing too bad. Hopefully I can get through this one pretty quick, maybe get into another door tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm at work tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. So yeah, gonna go and carry on with Fable, and then I will pick up Gargantus, and I will probably check in with you tomorrow. Hi team, I hope you're all well. It's Wednesday. I didn't film yesterday, my apologies. It's Wednesday and it's 11:15. Sorry, distracted by text. It's Wednesday and it's 11:15. I didn't film yesterday, so my apologies for that. I had a really weird day yesterday. I was at work and then decided to stay for tea at my mum and dad's. I know I shouldn't do that, but whatever. Call it a work meal, if that's what you want to do. And then came home, but I was so tired last night. I really wanted to finish Gargantus, which I'll update you on in a second, but I was so fucking tired. I ended up going up to bed really early. I think I was in bed for like 9 o'clock and then flat out for like 9:30ish or something. Woke up this morning at 8, snoozed for a little bit longer, woke up again at 8:30 and then got out of bed for 9:30, and I've been editing since. So I've edited a video, I'm waiting for that to export now. Once that's finished exporting, I'm going to edit another one while that one uploads. Just try and get on it with my editing this morning, and then probably stop editing for, I was going to say 12, it's 11:45 now. Probably stop editing for maybe like 12:30, so just do one more video, and then I've got tomorrow and Saturday's videos done, and then I can obviously edit for next week's videos over the weekend. So yeah, I don't know what it was. I was just really exhausted, just very tired for no specific reason. I mean, I have been sleeping a little bit shit recently, so it could be that, and I was really anxious on Thursday last week, so I don't know whether that's still sort of creeping around in the background and I'm struggling to shake it off a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not sure. That's my export finished. Also, if you can hear really loud rumbling in the background, that's my washing machine. But then this from Harper, I'm not sure what's in here. Let's find out. I have a few books coming, but I can't remember what I've got coming, so, you know, I don't know if this is unsolicited or not. Not usual from HarperCollins, so it's probably something I am expecting. Jesus, that was very quick. Good lord, they only asked me yesterday. What on earth? Okay, this is massive. Okay, so this is from Harper, and they messaged me yesterday on Twitter asking if I wanted to be part of a blog tour for a book called Threadneedle. I'll show a picture of it here. This is what the finished copy is going to look like, and I have seen this about on NetGalley, but I wasn't too sure whether or not I was going to be interested, and it's quite a long book and I didn't want to be reading. I've come to the conclusion now that I cannot read long books on my Kindle, so anything more than about 350 pages I really need a physical copy of, and I know that sounds really petty and stupid, but I suffer with migraines, so if I'm sitting for too long reading on my Kindle, I struggle. So especially fantasy and sci-fi, things of that sort of caliber. My battery's dying, obviously. So there's a letter here for Threadneedle, and it just sort of goes on about some stuff that's happening. And then the book has come like this. Look at the size of this. So this is obviously the proof version. It says, magic is the first sin, it must be bound. Prepare to be spellbound by a thread needle. Book 1 in the language of magic coming May 2021. This is, I think, oh no, it's my second physical arc I've got for the year of 2021. So this is exciting. I think this is following a young girl. Oh, there it is. Anna's aunt has always warned her of the dangers of magic. Its twists, its knots, its deadly consequences. Now Anna counts down the days to a ceremony that will bind her magic forever, until she meets Effie and Attis. They open her eyes to a London she never knew existed, a shop that sells memories, a secret library where the librarian feeds off words, a club where revellers lose themselves in a haze of spells. But as she is swept deeper into the world, Anna begins to wonder if her aunt was right all along. Is her magic a gift or a curse? It sounds so good. So yeah, really excited to have gotten this. This looks extra chunky, but I think it's not as chunky as it looks. So it says apparently there's only 555 pages in here. It looks chunkier than that, doesn't it? So yeah, thank you so much to Harper for sending me a copy of this. Really appreciate it. That came out so fast. They literally asked me last night, so that's happened well fast. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. So yeah, I won't be getting to this one immediately, but I will be hoping to get to it soon, probably beginning of next year, I reckon. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. Okay, so reading update is that I, on Monday night, got up to page 107, I don't know where that 3 came from, 107 of Gargantus on Monday. I'm loving this so far. I really enjoyed Malamander. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was okay, but I did enjoy it, and I believe that this is better, and I can already tell you 100 pages in that it is better. So I've got really high hopes for this. I want to finish this today. That's my plan today, to finish this. My other plan is to get up to date with Fable. I'm really behind with this. This is the Fairy Loot buddy read for the week, and I'm only on page 36. I stopped halfway through a chapter last night because I was nodding off. And by the end of today, I should be up to page 203. That's probably not going to happen, but if I can just get a bit further on with this, like past page 100, that would be awesome. So yeah, I would like to do more with Fable, and then whatever prompt comes up next for the 1,000 Doors Readathon, that book as well would be cool. If I could get something short on, that would be nice, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, that's where I'm up to with my reading. So very short reading update. Okay, hello, it's later on in the day. I thought I'd left my phone downstairs. I haven't. Let's tell you what time it is. It's 4:25, and I've just finished Gargantus. I left my bookmark in, let's take that out. I just finished Gargantus. I just nearly hit myself in the face with this. I loved this. I've given it 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. I gave Malamander 3, I'm sure, last year when I read it. I enjoyed it. I think the thing with Malamander is it's setting the scene a lot for Aerie-on-Sea, and also, you know, we're getting to know Herbie and Violet a little bit, so I do think there is quite a bit of that going on where, you know, you're just getting to know the characters a little bit and getting to know the town, whereas this scene's already set, you know the characters, you know their relationships, so it's really good. You get straight into the story, and I just really loved where this story went. So we're following Sherbet Lemon, and Violet Palmer, who are 2 kids. Herbie works at the hotel in town at Aerie-on-Sea in the Lost and Found area, and a dark hooded man comes and drops something off at the Lost and Found for Herbie. Now it turns out that this something is a little bit of a sneaky devil. Don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's something that's dropped off at the Lost and Found, and then one of the other characters within town ends up finding something on the beach, which then gets given to Herbie to look after, and he has to make the decision who this is going to belong to, because the guy who runs the museum in town wants it for the museum, whereas the woman who found it, she wants it for her little, you know, quirky shop. And there's like a big thing in this with a storm called Gargantus and things like that. I just love these books because they've got like really good like folklore in them a little bit, and I just really enjoy them. They're such a good laugh and such a good time, and the audiobooks are so good as well. I do recommend the audiobooks for these, and I just find Herbie, Lemon and Violet so funny. I just think they're really funny characters, so I really enjoyed this a lot and I would highly recommend it. This one I gave 5 out of 5 stars compared to the 3 that I gave Malamander, so that's like a huge glow up if I ever saw one. So good job, Thomas Taylor. I don't know if there's going to be some more. I really hope there is. I don't want the adventure with Aerion Sea to end with Gargantus, but yeah, I hope there are some more from Thomas Taylor, and I really enjoyed it. So this got me, I actually can't remember what this got me. Where are you, Believathon book? Oh, it's over there. So for Believathon, Gargantus got me the flash of, that's the wrong way around. Gargantus got me the flash of lightning, which is exciting. So I've got the flash of lightning and the key now, which is awesome because I've read both Potkin and Stubbs and Gargantus. Also, can I just say how pretty these 2 books together? Look at the colours of them, they're gorgeous. I love it. Okay, obsessed. So that's the 3rd book for the 1,000 Doors Readathon and also the 2nd book for Believathon, which is great. So we've got some pace going. Let's find out what the next prompt is for the 1,000 Doors Readathon. So this was for the prompt from T Books and Tazmyn for the MCU book. So something relating to the MCU, and I picked this on the basis that there is lightning on the cover and thunder heavily influenced in the book for Thor, God of Thunder. So I was totally stretching that, but it worked. I think Tazmyn was pretty buzzed to be tied in with Believathon, so yeah. So let's try and get to where we go after this.
After this video, because whether or not you like the main character will dictate which of the next magical doors you go through. If you like the main character, if you kind of like the main character, if you absolutely did not like the main character, or if you DNF'd, I hope you're having a really great time, and hopefully they'll see you through some more magical doors soon.
So I liked my main character, so let's pick, yes, I loved my main character. Who do we have?
You are just having the best luck this reading.
Emma!
So you liked your last character. Let's see if this next book goes as well for you. Your next prompt is Up. And the choices you have here. You could read a book set up a mountain. You could read a book from up on your highest shelf. You could read a book from an author you look up to. Or you could read a book that reminds you of the movie Up. Maybe it's got a grumpy old man and maybe a dog in it. Or you could just read a happy book that will lift you up. So many choices. Go have fun, and don't forget to bookmark this.
Oh, Emma. Okay, Up. What's on my TBR for Believathon? I'm trying so hard, I think I already said this, trying so hard not to add books to my TBR. So what's on my Believathon TBR that could count for this? Let's just cross off Gargantus because I've read that one now. Okay, so Dark Whispers could count because of the cover. It has like a air balloon thing on it which goes up in the sky. Maya and the Rising Dark, that could count because rising is like up, isn't it? That could count, but I don't have that yet. I might have to wait till the end of the month to read that one because I don't have it yet. Okay, I have no books with the word up in them on my title on my TBR. Let me come back to you. Let's have a butcher's and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I'm gonna pick 2 books for this just on the basis that they will actually both fulfill the prompt for Believathon that I'm hoping for. So I'm going for, the prompts that I'm going for Believathon is, let me find it, there we go. Is the Spilled Ink, which is to read a book that features ghosts, and this is Laura Ellen Anderson's. So on that basis I'm going to go for Amelia Fang and the Unicorn Lords. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a ghost in this, but if there's not, I do have sheets as a backup and ghosts go up. I mean, they can come down, but they fly around, which is up. And also, I think these are going to lift me up, to be honest. I think these are going to be really good reads. I know Amelia Fang definitely will. I think this is going to be a bit more deeper, but I know Amelia Fang's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to pick both of these just because I love to push myself. So I'm hoping to get through these today, and then we can pick the final book and see what my final book is for 1,000 Doors readathon. So yeah, I'm having such a good time with this readathon. I've been really lucky that I've really enjoyed all the books I'm reading, but it really helps that I'm combining it with Believathon. Obviously the first book that I picked for Believathon, I did DNF, which was Murder Most Unladylike, but it is what it is, and the books that I've picked up since have been amazing. I've only read 2, but I've read 3 books for the month, and all 3 of them have been really good. 2 of them have been 4.5 stars and one of them's been a 5-star, so had such a good start to the month, which is great, and I'm hoping it continues because this will definitely keep my spirits high if not. So we're going to be reading these to uplift me. Let's do this.
I don't wanna let you down. It's the only thing I think about every morning. You know my life ain't figured out, but I promise if you stick around it'll never get boring. We'll spend nights, cheap red wine, look at flats even though we can't afford them. I don't wanna let you down, I don't wanna lose you now. Will you stay? Even when you wanna walk away, when times get bad, we can learn to love what we have. I don't wanna let you down. I don't wanna let you down.
Okay, hey, I'm back. I've finished Amelia Fang, just my tea is in the oven, so it's going to go off any minute, so we're going to make this quick. But I've just finished Amelia Fang. It was absolutely adorable. It was so much fun and it's such a laugh as well. Definitely uplifting. Emma, this was a great pick for this one. We're following Amelia Fang, who is a unicorn. No, she's not a unicorn. She's a vampire. This is the second in the series. The first is Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball, and basically she has like a pet pumpkin called Squishy, and there's a yeti called Florence as well. She's got a friend, a vampire friend called, I think he's half vampire half fairy actually, called Tazmyn, and his dad is King Vladimir and his mum is Fairy Weather, so his dad's a vampire, his mum's a fairy. And then there's McSparkle and Fabio in here as well. There's like a little thing that tells you all of the characters, and Amelia and her friends are going to Kingdom of Light, where they're in like the Kingdom of Dark. They're going to the Kingdom of Light to try and look for Fairy Weather, who is Tazmyn's mum. She's been missing. Well, she went missing in the first book, and yeah, they've gone looking for her and they come across loads of unicorns and it goes down, and it's really good. I really enjoyed it. It was such a good laugh. I'm going to give this 5 stars. It was so good. I think I gave the first one 3 or 3.5, maybe 4. But I've really enjoyed this second one. Again, I think it's a similar thing where they're setting the scene in the first one, and then because you know the characters a bit more in the second, it's just so much better. So really enjoyed this. I am still going to read sheets as well, but the crew for 1,000 Doors readathon are going live in 8 minutes, 6 o'clock. So I wanted to pick my next book, so let's do that now. It definitely uplifted me. I'm not sure what the question is, so let's find out from Emma.
Okay, and you're back. So what I want to know next is if you liked the setting of this book.
Yes.
I'm going to show you 4 doors on the next page. 1 for if you loved the setting, 1 for if it was okay, 1 for if you really didn't like it, and of course your trusty DNF option. Off you.
So yes, I loved the setting.
So welcome
It's Meg.
to door 5, the last prompt we're going to be having. You have loved all of your books so far. How? I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy you're having such a great time. We love positivity in this house. I am so happy for you. The meme for this prompt is,
and
I really scratch my head and I wonder, where's God when you need him?
So I think for this you should pick a book which is going to make you cry or feel very sad. Just like Miss Paula Abdul felt very, very sad. I think she like got a sack from the Bratz movie, doing the music for the Bratz movie. She was very sad. So what book do you think is going to make you cry?
Okay. My oven's going off. Okay, very quickly, I think I know what I'm going to read, and this is not on my TBR, but it was on last month's TBR and I didn't get to it, and I think it was on the month before as well. The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I think this is definitely going to make me cry, and I've been wanting to read this so long, so I know I'm adding a book to my TBR and it's a reasonable length, but I have had some really fast books and I think this is going to be a really good one to pick up for the rest of the readathon. So I think this is what I'm going to go for. Yes. Okay. Yay. I will tell you about this later. I need to go and sort my tea out, so I'll see you in a little bit.
And people can play along in the comments. Okay, so the way it's going to work is that each round, I'll explain it when we come to each round, but each round you have, I stole this basically from Terrace's live show that Tazmyn was also on, where you have basically a chance to run 3 points.
Hello, it's later on Wednesday. I've done quite a few updates today, I think, but I've been reading shitloads, so that'll explain it. It's 10 PM, bang on, and I was going to sit down and try and read Fable for an hour. I've been reading it actually for the last 20 minutes or so, so I've managed to get myself to page 48. I can't remember where I was up to. Don't know where I was up to. Anyways, I've managed to get myself to page 48, but you know when people talk about like secondhand embarrassment or secondhand anxiety or whatever, you can get like secondhand something from reading something or being with somebody who maybe you're with someone who's being bollocked and you get secondhand embarrassment from that, or you can hear someone being bollocked, or you can sense someone's anxiety and you're getting secondhand anxiety because they're anxious or something. Well, has anyone ever gotten secondhand seasickness, like motion sickness? I don't get car sick. I don't get sick on the plane. I don't get sick on the train. I don't get motion sickness. I get seasick. I get severe seasickness. I never used to as a kid. I never used to as a kid. But I had like a really bad journey once across to Ireland. For whatever reason, I get severe seasickness now, and it's horrific. So I will at all costs avoid going on a boat. No matter what, like I will avoid it. Anywho, Fable's just managed to get herself on a boat. She's at the point now where she has managed to get herself on West's boat. I think I've told you what this is about at the beginning of the week. She's just managed to get herself on a boat, and she's just described waking up and like a bottle's rolling about on the floor, and then she's holding herself. Oh, I just feel so sick, so sick. And it's only been, I've only read about 3 or 4 lines of her being on the boat, and I feel sick, like literally sick to my stomach. I feel so ill, and I'm gutted because so far I'm really enjoying this and I want to carry on reading it. I don't know what I'm going to do, whether maybe I might have to come back to it tomorrow or something and see if I can try rereading that line again, well, those lines again, and see if I don't get seasick, or whether I just won't be able to read the book. I'm really gutted about it because I really want to read it. I do wonder if there was there's not an audio for it, but I do wonder if there was an audio, if that would help me. But maybe this is why I tend not to read books set at sea. I tend to stay away from them, and it's not something I'm doing on purpose. I'm subconsciously doing it. I've got so many on my shelves. I literally did a picture for Instagram the other day. I'll show a picture of it here, of books set at sea, and I've read one of them, and that's The Beholder. It's the only book I've read in that pack set at sea. I read Sea Witch Rising as well, which I then gave the book to Gavin, and that was fine. And I think it's when that was like mermaids, so they were in the sea rather than on a boat. It's really funny because The Beholder never bothered me. She didn't describe the sea so much though. This is literally so descriptive of the sea, of being on the boat on the sea. I just can't. I don't think I can carry on with this book. I'm going to put it down for now. which I'm really bummed about, but I'm not here for being sick on the basis that I'm sat in my living room reading about being on a boat. So yeah, my question to you is, have you ever had secondhand seasickness or motion sickness from a book? I'm really intrigued to know the answer to that. Anywho, today has gone incredibly well. I have finished 3 books, so obviously I was 100 pages into Gargantus, but I finished that off. I gave it 5 stars. I've read Amelia Fang and the Unicorn Lords, which I gave 5 stars, and I've read Sheets, which I gave 5 stars. We've had a great day today. Apart from the seasickness, I feel horrendous. So yeah, Gargantus was amazing. I've already told you about that. Amelia Fang was great. It was so much fun. It definitely uplifted me and did what it needed to do for the prompt from Emma. And then Sheets, I've not really spoke to you about this. This is a graphic novel. It's a middle grade graphic novel, and the illustrations are beautiful. It's following a young girl called Marjorie Glatt. She's 13 years old, and her mum passed away a few years ago, but they own a laundromat, and she basically just goes to middle school. She has persnickety customers, that is a word apparently, snippy classmates, agonising swim lessons and laundry, always laundry. So she just plays the piano. She goes home, does the laundry stuff, plays the piano, goes to sleep, gets up in the morning, does some laundry stuff, goes to school, comes home, opens the laundromat, does the laundry stuff and so forth. Her dad has been in a deep depression since her mum passed. She's got a younger brother as well who's at the younger school, the middle school in the States. I don't know what that is. And then she comes across a boy called Wendell, who is a ghost, and he comes to the laundromat, and they just end up, some shit goes down. This, you know what, it was uplifting to some extent, but it was actually really sad as well. This young girl is having to run this laundromat, and for whatever reason the customers seem to be really shitty with her. Don't get me wrong, I know your laundry is important and your clothes are important. You don't want them to shrink, you don't want them to end up with stains on, you want them to be clean and come back to you clean. But sorry, my stomach, I feel so sick. But these customers are really shitty with her, considering she's lost her mother like it was a year ago, and she's running the place on her own. There's no sign of her dad. Her little brother's way too young to be there. She's 13 years old. She's trying to juggle middle school and keep her family afloat. And these customers are really shitty with her. She's got this teacher at school who's a lifeguard who teaches them swimming, and she sees his wife one day in this store next door, and she's like, oh, I just wanted to check you were all right and all this lot. And then one of her kids lets it slip that there's this guy basically that's trying to buy the laundromat up so that he can build a spa there instead. It's like the perfect place or something. And he's been spreading rumours about the laundromat basically, and she gets really pissed off about it. She's like really upset about the fact that, not Marjorie, the teacher's wife, about the fact that somebody's doing this to her. She gets really upset about it. So yeah, I really hope those 2 characters are in the next one, Delicates, a bit more, because I think they're really, really sweet. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was so nice to sort of, these characters were lovely. And although it was like, this poor girl, she does seem like really depressed. She's not happy in life at all. I just really liked how it went. It was really cute. So yeah, 5 stars for that as well. And then I've started The House on the Cerulean Sea, in the Cerulean Sea. I always get that wrong. The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is the final book for the 1,000 Doors readathon. Because my prompt was to pick something that I think is going to make me cry, and I've seen loads of reviews that said that this made people cry. I've managed to get 49 pages in. I'm up to chapter 4, so I was going to put this down for the night and read Fable and try and catch up, but that's not happening now. So I think I'm going to go up to bed, actually, try and settle my stomach a little bit and read some more of this before I go to sleep. I have also spoken to Anna, and we're going to push this back a couple of weeks into Gilmore Girls readathon week, I think. Try and read it then instead. I haven't started it, and she's been checking whether or not I've started it, because I haven't, she's not started it. And I've just said to her, like, I'm not in the mood for it at the moment. I'm really enjoying the middle grade I'm reading, and I kind of want to stick with that. So So we're going to push it back to Gilmore Girls week, I think, and see if I can get it to fit a prompt then instead. I'm just not in the mood for it at the moment, so I don't want to force myself through it at the moment if I'm not in the mood. So we're just going to stick with The House in the Cerulean Sea, which is wild. It's the only book I'm reading at the moment, which is wild for me because I never usually just read one book at a time. I've usually got several going on the go, but I've really enjoyed sort of getting through a book this week and then waiting till I finish that book before I can start another one. The 1,000 Doors Readathon has really helped me sort of do that. I've obviously been struggling because I haven't gotten any further with this like I should have done. Like I had this tabbed up to read for the Fairy Loot Readathon, like read along, but yeah. I feel so sick, guys. Right, I'm gonna go up to bed and I will check back in with you tomorrow. Hi team, it's Saturday and it's currently 11:47. I have gotten up and had a shower. I've been for a walk. It's been a slow start to my day on the basis that yesterday was not a good day. I obviously didn't film anything. I had a migraine yesterday and it was really, really bad. So yeah, today is like a slow day. She says it's a slow day. Yesterday was not a good day. It was a migraine day. I actually worried my neighbours for a little bit because my blinds had been shut all day. There were no lights on in the house when it started getting dark. So she'd been like texting and knocking on the door and calling, and I'd been asleep because I've been having a migraine. So yeah, that happened. She's fine. Like everything was fine. When I eventually woke up, I just texted her back and apologised. But yeah, my neighbour was a little worried. So I'm feeling much better today, miles better actually. I feel loads better after having a shower. Like this morning I didn't actually have to do much convincing. I was still awake at 5 o'clock in the morning, so that didn't help, but it didn't help obviously that I'd slept most of the day either. So yeah, I just got up, had a shower, like washed my hair and everything, dried my hair, so I feel a million times better just for doing that, to be perfectly honest, because my hair was a wreck yesterday. And then I've just been for a nice walk, not a really long one, like a 20-minute walk just to get some fresh air and stuff, and now I'm gonna nestle in for the day and just chill out. The update is that I am still reading House on the Cerulean Sea, and I only managed to read about 60 pages yesterday, so I'm on page 111. I'm on chapter 7, so I'm here at the moment. So I do have this much left to go. So my plans are Serpent and Dove and Blood and Honey by Shelby McEwen. I have read Serpent and Dove last year when I got it in the Fairy Loot box, but I've recently this week got Blood and Honey, so I want to read them both. So I'm going to be rereading Serpent and Dove and then reading for the first time Blood and Honey. And okay, good morning. It is Monday. I forgot what day it was then. It's Monday and it's 11:30. So I'm going to wrap this vlog up here and let you guys know what I've read this week. I've actually managed to finish 5 books, but they're not the 5 books you're probably thinking they are. One of them is a little bit different. So the books that I finished this week, I'll go through what prompts they fulfill for the 1,000 Doors January, for the 1,000 Doors Readathon in a second. But the first book was Potkin and Stubbs, The Haunting of Pelican City, and I gave this 4.5 stars. Then I had Gargantus by Thomas Taylor, which I gave 5 stars. I loved that one. I had Amelia Fang and the Unicorn Lords by Laura Ellen Anderson, which I also gave 5 stars. I had Sheets by Brenna Thumler, which I also gave 5 stars. I don't know what my neighbour's doing. I could keep seeing her just ducking underneath the wall outside my window on the street. What is she doing? And then I read Serpent and Dove, which I also gave 5 stars. So I was going to do a whole readathon, like reading vlog for this and Blood and Honey. This was a reread. But however, what happened was I realised that I wouldn't be able, because I was doing it spoiler free, I wouldn't be able to sort of give my full thoughts on Blood and Honey on the basis that it follows directly on from Serpent and Dove, so even just reading the synopsis to you would have been a spoiler, so it kind of limited what I could say to you about Blood and Honey a little bit. So I decided in the end not to bother with it and just to join up what I'd said already about Serpent and Dove with this reading vlog. So that's what I ended up doing in the end. So the 1000 Doors Readathon, the first prompt I went through Emma's door, and that was to read a book including 5, so that could have been a 5-star prediction, a book with 5 letters in the title, a book with 5 words in the title. So I went for Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, but that was part of my weekend reading vlog from the other weekend, which I'll leave a link to down below and up in the card, whichever fucking direction it's in. So I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone. If you want to know my thoughts on that, go and check that reading vlog out. And that had 5 words in the title, and it was a 5-star prediction. Then I went to Meg, and her prompt was I'm back. So I read the next in a series, which was Potkin and Stubbs' Pelican City. This is the second in the Potkin and Stubbs series, so it completed that challenge. And then I read This Also Got Me the Key for Believathon. Then I went to Tazmyn, whose prompt was to read something connected somehow to the MCU, so to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I bent this as much as I possibly could and went for Gargantis by Thomas Taylor. Gargantis has got lightning and is like a thunderstorm and things like that, so I was going with Thor for this. I really bent this to my will, and this was to collect the lightning, I think it was, for Believathon. So I managed to do that one. Then I went to Emma, and her prompt was to read something involving Up, so it could relate to the movie, it could be something that lifts you up, it could be something with Up in the title. So I ended up picking 2 books for this on the basis that they were sort of joined, if you like, for Believathon. So I read both Amelia Fang and Sheets for this one, on the basis that ghosts go up. I know they can come back down, but ghosts go up because they float, and this was going to lift me up, and I was correct. This did not, it was cute as hell, and it did lift me up in some respects, but it is very deep. It's a middle grade graphic novel. So yeah, I loved both of these. They were very good. This one got me the ghost. Was it to get the ghost? I think it was to get the ghost for Believathon. It was the ghost prompt anyway. We read a book involving ghosts. And then this one I ended up putting in for something else. I can't remember what the prompt was though, my bad. And then finally I ended up going back to Meg, and it was to read something that would make me emotional, make me cry. Now I did this accidentally. I was supposed to be reading The House in the Cerulean Sea, however Friday I was really poorly and didn't end up reading anything, and then it just kind of went into the weekend then, because I was planning on doing a weekend reading vlog involving Serpent and Dove. Didn't get through the whole thing because I changed my mind at the last minute, and then I just didn't finish The House in the Cerulean Sea. So I've got 111 pages in. I am going to finish this eventually, just not sure when, but it's not this weekend. It wasn't this week. But I did finish Serpent and Dove, and towards the end of this, listen, I cry at a lot of things. I am a very emotional person. I'll cry at a TV advert. I used to cry at the Lloyd's TSB one with the black horse in it all the time. So I cry a lot. But if a man cries in a book or on a movie, I will cry. And there is a scene in this towards the end where Reed cries. So I had a tear in my eye. I wasn't sobbing, but I had a tear in my eye, so I'm going to say it counts. So we've got Serpent and Dove for that one as well. So I managed to complete the 1000 Doors Readathon, which was awesome. I had a great time, so thank you so much to Meg, Tazmyn and Emma for hosting that one. It was awesome. I actually kind of want to I kind of hope they keep the prompts up, because I kind of want to adopt it to do another one at some point, like maybe just a week reading vlog where I do it again, because I just thought it was so great. We'll try and pick a different door this time to go down and see what I end up with. But yeah, I had a really good time, so thank you so much to them for hosting this. I had an awesome time, and I had a really great reading week. I managed to read 5 books in the week, and 4 of them were 5 stars, the other one was 4.5, so I cannot complain at all about my reading. Believathon's going great so far. I've managed to complete 4 of the challenges, and yeah, just having a really good time. I'm having an awesome time. So I hope you have enjoyed. Please, if you have gotten to the end of this reading vlog, leave me a excuse you, it's my Kindle. Leave me a, because it was the last book that I read, leave me a snake or a dove in the comments down below. And I shall see you for the next one. Bye for now.